For a moment, imagine the impact it would be if if you, having lost somebody close to you, losing a loved one is traumatic, and the level of personal pain that you go through when you lose someone who you love and you care for is unthinkable. It's heartbreaking. However, what if, you know, just as a side to losing that person, something amazing happened? That person had the foresight. Furthermore, beyond the foresight, that person loved you enough to name you as a beneficiary in their life insurance policy, which meant that upon their death, you received a large lump cash payment. Now, imagine what difference that could make to the lives of your loved ones. Imagine what difference that would have made to you if someone had done it for you. And when you consider that, there are many families, generations of families who have done just that. There are millions of people in the world who do that as, standard procedure. It's just like unthinkable not to have those things in place. But it's just as surprising to know that there are just as many millions, if not millions more, who never consider something like that until it's maybe too late. Or maybe they haven't got enough time to accumulate enough in order to do something like that because they only got turned on to it later in life. So perhaps it's worth thinking about potentially, what you can do now to support your family, or to just give your family that financial boost that they need, that kickstart in life, just to get things going, or to get themselves out of trouble, or to prevent them from getting themselves in trouble, because people make really bad choices due to financial challenges. And the fact that they haven't got any resources, they've got no one to go to, they've got no one thinking of them. Imagine if you could be in a position to change all that. You've got godchildren, you've got grandchildren, you've got sons and daughters, you've even got friends who have been there for you. Sometimes our friends are there for us more than our families. So why not leave something for them? It's something seriously worth considering. I wonder, what do you think about that? For the same price that you'd pay for your gym membership, the same amount of money you sacrifice for your Sky TV or your Netflix or your Amazon Prime, you could potentially be leaving behind a tax-free, assuming you hold it in trust, payment to any beneficiary you name. And that money is guaranteed. There are laws in place to protect that. It's worth thinking about. For a moment, think about what difference it would have made to the quality of your life if someone who loved you left you a lump sum as a result of them taking out a life insurance policy and naming you as a beneficiary. Just think for a minute what that would mean. I mean, imagine, you know, losing someone close to you, you know, a family member or a friend or even a godparent. And, yeah, the grief, what you go through when you lose someone is heartbreaking. However, if you put the emotional side to one side for a moment and think about what if, as a result of their death, something positive came through. They left you a lump sum of money, and that lump sum of money, you kind of use that towards something that is life changing. I don't know, maybe putting the money together for that deposit for that first property, or paying for your masters, or clearing some debts that you've accumulated through poor mistakes and bad financial management. I mean, is there any better example of how much we love our families and friends, how much we love, how much you want to do for them, but sometimes just through circumstances that may be beyond your control, you haven't been able to do as much while you were here as you may have wanted to. And just by having the foresight to, make some sacrifices, and these sacrifices I'm talking about are really small. They're equivalent to the same sacrifices you make for having internet in your house, having, streaming service, in terms of having, the facility to go to a restaurant and whatnot. Oh, yeah, this isn't going to work because My eyes keep watering up.